how did you start the school?
Yeah, I've been in the field since quite some time before starting the school. And of course, I entered into the field by accident, but really I found that my heart is here. So then I started working and equipped myself actually. I mean, upgraded myself in the field fast. And then after, while working with somebody, it is difficult to implement all your ideas. That's the one reason I started on my own. And because I used to believe that academic abilities of the children can be improved, but sometimes while working with other managements, they didn't agree with me. So I just to prove the academic abilities of the children, I have started this school.
For starting the school, what was your inspiration?
Inspirational, completely children whom I worked with, how they we improved. And it was sometimes they do amaze us with I could say miracles. I mean, the way, where the IQ levels are very low, 55, 60, but their abilities are much high. They're much high. So that is the inspiration. If you work in a right kind of strategies, they do improve.
What was the hardest part about starting the school and Sridevi?
Shraddha, I didn't find any hardest part. It was easy because I already prepared the curriculum, what to teach, how to teach, and all strategies were well developed before starting Shraddha itself. So it was a cakewalk for me, and easily, we made around 137 students passed out 10th standard from NIOS. Sanidhi, I didn't find any much difficulty, but Sanidhi, yes, of course, because the children are away from the parents, and there's a lot of difference between home atmosphere and a residential school atmosphere. They used to take a lot of time to get adjusted into a residential setup, and of course, getting a right kind of staff, that is the hardest part. But I'm lucky enough that I got good staff there. And one thing is that if they are not dedicated and if their heart is not there, it's difficult to work in a residential setup, especially at Sanidhi, where they have to, 24/7, they have to be with the children.
How did COVID affect the changing curriculum and the kids' mental health?
COVID, yes, it affected some of our student families very badly. Some of them lost their parents too. But for me, COVID has given a opportunity to do a lot of things. In fact, during COVID, actually at Sanidhi, a lot of children couldn't go home because parents were apprehensive that whether they can take care of the child following the norms of COVID and all. And due to many reasons, they couldn't take the children home. So almost 37 students lived there, and to take care of them, almost another 18 to 19 staff. Together, 53 people lived in one building, closed the main door, and doing their work on their own, including that cleaning the toilets, everything. I could say that during that period, children learned a lot of self-care, because not much help from outside, but they know, they learn to wash their clothes, they learn to clean their toilets, and segregating their things from others, everything, lot of things. The checklist what we have done before COVID and after COVID, there's a drastic change. And of course they also learned the emotionally strong also, that they know.
Yeah.
And of course, teaching them COVID norms is a bit difficult, but we have taken the pictures of film heroes who wear the masks and all. That's inspiration. Pawan Kalyani is wearing mask. Why don't you wear? Then that really worked very well. Yeah.
So from when you started to now, how has the change in technology and personal devices affected special education and the curriculum and the kids' lives?
Yeah, there's a lot. Actually, when I started the school, I do not even know how to type alphabets on computer, to be frank. I never used computer when I started at this school. But once I started, I think it is also happened during just before COVID. We started teaching them OB, like open basic education, and but it was, we made lot of, I mean, thousands and thousands of flashcards to teach them in a physical offline classes, but we never thought of online or anything like that. But during this COVID, actually, I mean, we started a platform, and we made a what do you call, Yes Learn, by name Yes Learn. We made a platform, online platform for them, and we have learned so much. First of all, before children, we have learned so much, all our teachers too. And we made every lesson into, digitalized. Every lesson digitalized, every word is digitalized, and children also very easily got adjusted themselves, converted themselves to digital learners. And yes, digitalization, yeah, it do help a lot to make them learn. Some of the children, especially children with autism, they do not like to write much. I mean, pencil and paper, easily they get frustrated. But with the computers and the smartphones, whatever it is, they are very, I mean, hours together we can work with them, because that they need a change. Every minute they need to change the what do you call, the either in the picture or the sentence or the word, and that can be easily available on the online. And our platform is used by many children during COVID and just before the COVID also, to learn from home.
And then, so across different like cities, places, countries, is there communication on special education like developments and curriculum changes? Is there like cooperation across state and like government lines?
I could say not much.
So it's up to you
Yeah.
and your staff to make your own.
Yes. But one thing is that we got tremendous help from one university, that Nottingham University, UK, and they used to send volunteers here to, to make them learn about the Indian way of special education, and for us to teach what they are doing. I mean, very child-specific oriented special education to Indian community. And Shankar Foundation, I think they have visited only Shankar Foundation, and they were with us for almost, there are 8 to 9 special, they are not special educators, they're trainees. They visited India and they stayed with us, and there are a lot of exchange programs happened, and another thing is, like, we also started a PAL, I mean, what do you call, friendship groups. So there's an email exchange program, like our children used to write emails to them, they used to reply, all the children. There was a friendship, that program was very successful. And the other thing is, recently we also got into Hamilton University, North Carolina. That is curriculum for all. That is one nation, one world, one curriculum. One world and one curriculum. They are like, now all over the world we are into groups. There are 5 groups are working together to exchange each other nation's curriculum. What is the best practices? And we are adopting that. I think another 1.5 years it has to go, and after that we'll come out with one curriculum all over the world. Wherever you are, you can use that curriculum, because that is again modifying into culture based and the nation based, because most hardest part is making a curriculum for India. Because our every state has their own traditions and all, that is the reason actually, I mean, we are taking much time to make it because in India itself, if Diwali is there, when we are writing a lesson about Diwali, I simply wrote that because in Hyderabad, I mean, in South India, we celebrate Diwali only for 2 days. But in North India, it is celebrated 5 days. There's a lot of traditional issues while writing the curriculum also. Because it's a life skills curriculum, we have to make everything include into that. So because India is a very diversified country that we made into it, it took long time, but I think it is going to be very very successful. Everybody, I mean any parent or any professional can be accessible to this curriculum after once it is finished and labeled by Hamilton University. Then it will be easy. Like
Yeah.
it will be, I mean everything is ready, the lesson is ready, lesson plans are ready, exercises are ready, evaluation reports are ready, everything is ready. It's a cakewalk.
So especially in India, with like societal like stigmas against like autism and special education, do you think since from when you started to now, has it really changed, or is it still the same obstacles with accepting like special needs?
No, I'm very happy to state this. There's a lot of change. People are getting accepted very easily now. Very easily now. Because when we entered into the field 38 to 39 years back, there was a lot of stigma even in the parents and in the society also. Like we never used to get cases from middle class and upper middle class, rich class, because there's the acceptance. Because they used to hide, to be literally, they used to hide this disability into their, I mean constrained to their houses itself. But now it is not the case. Like whenever any parent is finding it little change in their child behavior, they're coming out. There's some it may be overly conscious also, I could say.
Yeah.
That, but one thing is that they're coming out and getting clarified their doubts. And of course in the society also, like people are ready to employ our children in different companies and different setups. It all means the acceptance levels are very high, and we are very happy about it. Now people are using the term autism and everything very easily, though they do not know the specifications in the autism, but autism became a very fancy word nowadays. Everybody using it, and they try to adopt it, they try to include it in every. I'm happy about it. Being a old timer, we are very happy about it.
Last one. So here and in Sridevi, what's the hardest part about keeping the kids happy and like mentally like healthy?
I think it is easy to make children happy, but not the parents, to be frank, because they have their own issues, right? Even we had a very tragic incident also at Sridevi. One boy lost his life because of the illness, which the parents didn't reveal it to us, because they thought that if we reveal this particular illness to us, we may reject the admission, because which needs a lot of medical care. Once the tragedy happened, they started blaming us, like it's all because of you. But these are very, I mean these are things will keep us think twice, like while taking the children into admission, it make us to think twice. The hardest part, no, I don't find any hardest part. Only thing is yeah, I mean, if you ask me to introspect, I don't find any hardest part. It's a joyful days at Sridevi, because children are like, only thing is they need friends, and they can detect that who are the true friends, who are talking to them heartfully and all. One thing is that they're growing now.
Yeah.
I mean, those children who joined with me around 14 years or 15 years, 16 years, they're 26 and 30, 35. You might have seen that some of the boys are even 40 plus. Now we have to start the geriatric care also. Already, I mean, we started the geriatric care, and we adoption to the adult life. That is a program we have given, AAL, adoption to the adult life. So we will be teaching them, how to complain if the slightest health discomfort also, how to express it, and what are the precautions to be taken on their own. All those things, the health related, and not only health related, the communication, the work related, everything we are teaching them. So we are preparing children for adult life slowly. Yes, I mean we have at Sridevi we have the youngest kid is 2.5. I don't know 2.5 years, and and I am an eldest kid I can say. We have 52 years old. So we have all the life experiences to share a little bit.
Okay, thank you.